Did you know that the tallest mountain on Earth is not what you think it is? This is a question that might give you pause. Everest, you're thinking, right? Well, not exactly. Enter Mauna Kea, the silent giant hidden beneath the Pacific waters of Hawaii. When we measure mountains, we tend to look from sea level to the peak. By this measure, Everest reigns supreme. But if we change our perspective and measure from base to peak, Mauna Kea steals the spotlight. Its base, resting on the ocean floor, and its peak, rising high above the Hawaiian landscape, stretch over an astounding 33,000 feet. That's nearly a mile taller than Everest. This discrepancy arises from the different ways we measure height. Is it from sea level or from the actual base? So the next time someone asks you about the tallest mountain, surprise them with this fun fact about Mauna Kea. Mountains aren't just big piles of rocks, they're teeming with life. You see, mountains are like their own little worlds, each one unique and abundant, with different forms of life. They are home to a rich tapestry of biodiversity, from distinctive plants that can't be found anywhere else, to rare animals that have adapted to the challenging conditions. Consider this. The base of a mountain might be a lush, tropical forest, teeming with a variety of insects, birds and mammals. As you climb higher, the ecosystem transforms into a dense, cool cloud forest, with a completely different set of wildlife. And at the very top, you might find a stark, alpine landscape, home to yet another group of hardy species. These diverse ecosystems within a single mountain aren't just fascinating, they're essential. They serve as a refuge for species that can't survive elsewhere, preserving biodiversity. So remember, mountains are not just scenic, they are biological treasure troves. Mountains are not as stationary as they seem. There's an underlying dynamism to these majestic structures, a ceaseless dance choreographed by the forces of nature. This constant movement is orchestrated by something known as plate tectonics. Imagine the Earth as a hard-boiled egg. The shell, cracked into several large pieces, represents the Earth's crust. These pieces, or plates, are constantly shifting, albeit at a glacial pace. When these plates collide, the pressure forces the crust upwards, forming mountains. Now, let's take a moment to marvel at the grandeur of the Himalayas, the highest mountain range in the world. But did you know they're still growing? That's right. The Indian plate continues to collide with the Eurasian plate, causing the Himalayas to rise by about 1 centimeter each year. So, even though they seem immovable, mountains are constantly changing and evolving. It's a humbling reminder of the ever-changing, ever-evolving world in which we live. Hills, the modest relatives of mountains, have their own secrets. Take, for instance, the Chocolate Hills in the Philippines. Like a scene straight out of a fantasy novel, these hills are a sight to behold. Yet, their origins remain shrouded in mystery. Scientists, despite their best efforts, have yet to figure out what natural processes led to their formation. But the mysteries of hills do not end there. Have you ever heard of gravity hills? These are places where your senses might betray you. Imagine parking your car on a hill, only to see it roll uphill instead of down. Sounds impossible, right? Not on a gravity hill. These peculiar spots around the world defy our basic understanding of gravity, adding to the enigma of hills. So hills aren't just smaller versions of mountains. They have their own unique characteristics and mysteries. The world around us is indeed full of wonders waiting to be explored and understood. Hills and mountains are more than just a beautiful part of our landscape. They are a testament to the incredible power and dynamism of our planet. Let's take a moment to revisit some of the fascinating facts we've shared. The true tallest mountain isn't Mount Everest, but Mauna Kea in Hawaii, its base hidden deep beneath the sea. This highlights how our perspective can sometimes mask the full picture, doesn't it? Next, we delved into the rich biodiversity of mountains, cradling countless species within their rugged terrains. It's a reminder of the interconnectedness of life and geology. We also touched on the constant movement of mountains, shaped by the ceaseless dance of tectonic plates. Finally, we explored the mysteries of hills, those gentle giants with secrets still waiting to be uncovered. The next time you see a hill or a mountain, remember, there's more to them than meets the eye. They're living, breathing parts of our world, full of wonder and intrigue.